Hey guys, Will here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2023 Kia Seltos LX.
And before we start, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Preston and the rest of the management and staff here at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Preston.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Seltos has been one of Kia's subcompact crossover SUVs since 2020, 2021 in North America, sitting between the Soul and the Sportage. The 2023 Seltos is available in 5 different trim levels and 2 different engine options. The trim that we have here is the LX base model, starting at $22,840, coming standard with 17-inch rims, 8-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, auto emergency braking, lane keep assist, lane following assist, high beam assist, and driver attention warning. You can upgrade about $50 to the S, and that just gives you LED daytime running lights and slightly different chrome trim. The EX, that's the luxury trim of the Seltos. It's a more luxurious vehicle, and you also have an optional 1.6 liter turbo. Same with all the top trims. You can upgrade an additional almost $1,000 for a more aggressive Nightfall edition, or the top of the line SX starting at $28,340. But here we have the LX, again, starting a tick under $23,000. What do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So it is a rainy day today. We're gonna try to beat the torrential downpours, but it's already started to rain. But up front, we have the updated Kia badge, blacked out grille, no shiny chrome unlike the S trim, and I actually prefer it this way. I like the projector lights. You get the LED daytime runners when you go with the S trim, but we still get fog lights on the LX. No front parking sensors, of course, but it's a pretty clean looking front end. I'll take a step back, try to give you guys one more look. Wheel and tire setup, base 17-inch alloy wheels. They have a nice gunmetal gray. The tires are Kumho Solaces. Dimensions are 215/55 R17s. Plastic cladding, which is good for off-roading. We do get all-wheel drive, so this is an off-road capable SUV with a center locking differential. We don't get smart access for any of the doors. We don't even get push to start, just a turnkey for the LX. The mirrors they fill up the frame pretty well. They're foldable mirrors, but we don't get blind spot monitoring. No chrome trim for the window trim. Go with the LX if you like that. If you like the chrome, go with the S, which is only about $50 more. You can take a quick look at the window sticker, see everything that's available on the 2023 Seltos LX. All-wheel drive, steel gray outside, black interior, standard features. You can pause, take a look at all of these. It's starting to rain a little bit heavier now, so I'm not going to read any of these off. But again, $22,840 for the base price. After a couple $100 in options and a $1,300 destination charge, total price is a tick over $25,000, almost 30 mpg, so it's good on gas. Gas cap is not pushed open. I'll show you where the latch is inside. The rear wheel and tire setup is the same thing. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. The rear taillights are not LED, but I do like the design how it wraps around the rear quarter panel and flows directly to the trunk lid, where the Kia badge connects the 2 taillights together with a nice smoked aluminum looking trim. Reverse lights in the center. Shout out Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. Seltos badge right beneath. We do get a tow hitch. I'll leave a link right here to show you what this Seltos is rated to tow. Exhaust tip, but speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 2-liter 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. All right, guys, that was the sound of the 2-liter 4-cylinder sold by Kia for the 2023 Seltos LX all-wheel drive, cranking out 146 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque, made it to an all-wheel drive system with a center lock differential and a CVT transmission. You can expect 0 to 60 in the high 8-second range, so definitely not the quickest, but it's quick enough. The power is definitely there down low. It's a well-tuned throttle. We'll check that out once we take it out for a drive, but that's about it under the hood. We can shut this thing up, take one more step back, get one last look at the front styling before getting out of this rain and checking out the interior. So before we even go inside, we have an additional turn signal above the all-wheel drive badge, if I didn't mention. Taking a step inside though, not much to talk about. The entire door panel is hard plastic. We have an auto one touch on the way down for the driver. Adjustable mirrors are power, 2 speakers on the door panel, and a solid storage compartment down below. The seats are cloth, but they're very comfortable, solid bolstering too. Adjustments include recline, drop, lift, and slide with the latch down below. Stepping inside, we can really check it out. So let's fire this thing up and see. So first thing we notice is the steering wheel. It's not leather wrapped. Hopefully the thing can stop beeping at me. There we go. It's not leather wrapped, but we still get a nice 10-2 bolstering notch. 9 and 3 fits very well in your hands. Updated Kia badge. The horn Not the most aggressive sounding horn, but people will hopefully still be getting out of your way. Voice commands, mode, volume, and skip the songs, answer and hang up your phone calls. Right side, this adjusts your little LCD cluster. Cruise control, and active steering, lane keep assist. Speaking of those adjustments, however, we can press this button. We're currently looking at fuel economy. Our average is not very good, 17, but this car has spent most of its life idling or being on test drives. Accumulated info, average, drive info, digital speedo, and our drive mode selector. We have normal mode, the selectors down below. We get normal, smart, and sport. We'll start the review off in normal, transition to sport. Oops, I'm not even sure if you guys saw that. So normal, sport, we'll start in normal, transition to sport, and then just see what the differences are. You press this button, go into our advanced safety features screen. They're currently turned off: attention level, power distribution, and your tire pressure. Press one more time, all the user settings, driver assistance, door, lights, convenience, service, and the factory reset. My personal favorite to look at all times would just be the digital speedo. On the left side, we get about a 6,500 RPM tach, coolant beneath, 160 mile an hour speedometer with the fuel level beneath. To the left of the steering wheel, our air vent is outlined in nice aluminum trim. The dashboard, all hard plastic. Interior brightness, auto start stop, we can disable for the purpose of this review. Lane keep assist, traction control you can also disable, and you get your fog light controls beneath. The stocks we didn't mention yet. We have auto headlamps, that's nice. Satisfying click for the stock. No rain sensing wipers, but wouldn't be expected on an LX trim. The intermittent function is right there in the center. The touchscreen, it's a 8-inch screen. We get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but other than that, it's a pretty basic screen. We don't get a whole lot: phone, radio, voice memo, quiet mode, and setup. We can return back to the home screen. My personal favorite to look at all times would probably just be this home screen. Not a whole lot going on outside of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The volume stocks has a satisfying click to it. Hazards in the center, aluminum outlining your vents. No automatic climate control, but personally for me, not a big deal. I personally use manual climate, even in vehicles with auto climate. Vent controls in the center, AC, rear defroster, 12-volt USB port in the center, and an additional 12-volt on the right side. Nice storage cubby, drive mode selector. We mentioned we get normal and sport and smart mode. Gear selector controls your CVT transmission. Backup camera, we can see decent resolution. It's not the best, but it's good enough. We get guidance lines and trajectory. Throw it right back into park, and it returns us back to our home screen. Manual shift controls, we have an up and a down. On the right side, we have our center differential lock, hill descent control, 2 cup holders with a pass-through, e-brake, real parking brake, not electronic, which is nice, padded armrest. The space inside is decent. I'd expect you to fit 5, maybe 6, 16 to 20 ounce water bottles. Very deep. The glove box, pretty large, not the largest. I'd expect you to fit 15, 20 license plates. Probably a pair of shoes, I wouldn't expect you to fit 2. The rear view mirror has a very thin frame too. It's not quite frameless, and it's not auto dimming. You get a flap to dim the mirror. The interior lighting, it appears to be LED, and next to it there's also a button where you can press which disables whether or not the lights turn on when you open up the doors. But that's about it for the front seats. Pretty basic overall, but it's an economy car with a sub $23,000 base price. You still get everything that you would really want or need. The back seat space, we'll check that out in 1 second. The materials are all hard plastic, of course. The door handle looks like aluminum, but it's just an aluminized looking plastic. Decent storage though. The seats, the padding goes out basically all the way out to the door frame. Decent bolstering for a back seat. Legroom, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and this is actually very impressive for a subcompact SUV. I'll wipe my lens real quick because I'm pretty sure some water got on it, but the legroom is absurdly good. The headroom is excellent. I got at least 3-4 inches back here. No air vents though. I'll be interested to see if there's air vents on the top trim SX or the EX trims, but the LX does not get air vents in the back, but not a big deal. It's a subcompact. The front vents don't do a terrible job reaching me, and we have the fan set on 1, and it still reaches me with no problem. The interior light, LED. The no center cubby, unfortunately, for an armrest for the back seat passengers, but the seats still fold down 60-40 split. No mat pockets or cargo nets behind the front seats either. But again, for a sub $23,000 base price, the most important thing is that there is space. And as you see, there is plenty of it. Cargo space, let's take a step back here. Underneath the Kia badge, we have our button. Of course, not an auto opening tailgate. We have hydraulic struts, but it's a spacious cargo area. We have some secret storage beneath where you can see our spare tire. You can throw some secret stuff around it. As we mentioned, the rear seats fall down 60-40 split. I'd expect you to fit a 60, maybe 65 plus inch TV back here if you fold those rear seats down. It's a spacious SUV, and for the money, you are really getting quite a bit of vehicle. You can shut this thing right up. I think the floor mats got trapped in there, but I'll fix that at some point. But anyway, one more quick little walk around of the 2023 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive. It'll be interesting to see the features you get on the higher trims, but for a base model, I'm definitely liking what I see. That's about it though for the 2023 Kia Seltos LX. Let's take it out for a drive. All right guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new 2023 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice, well, the rain seems to be pretty much gone, which is a good thing. But the, I guess, second thing I notice is the steering feels good. It has a nice on-center weight to it. We're only in normal mode. We'll see if it changes up in sport. Yeah, it's not leather wrapped, of course, but the higher trims get a leather wrapped steering wheel. Good throttle response off the line too. Doesn't really continue to pull, but the initial response feels nice and touchy with the gas pedal. Taking a step out here, make sure no one's over there because of that semi-truck. Okay, about a third throttle. Yeah, so we go to about 4,000 RPM and not a whole lot is going on. Just cruising along though, bump. Not bad. The ride quality is pretty good thanks to these pretty beefy tires. I like how we get 17-inch alloy wheels standard. We don't have to deal with any hubcaps or steelies or anything like that. It's pretty quiet in here too. You don't really hear a whole lot of road noise or wind noise. We only have single pane windows, obviously, and we're not going very quickly. But at 35 miles per hour, you really don't hear a whole lot through the road. We'll step out onto that multiple lane highway and that concrete airport road. Speaking of airport, you see that plane taking off. Hopefully you guys can pick it up on camera, but we'll step out to those roads and really see how composed this car really is. All right guys, taking a step out here onto this multiple lane road on the gas. Okay. Not bad, definitely not blowing you away with speed. 0 to 60 around like 9 seconds. Quick enough. The handling feels good though. Very little body roll. The all-wheel drive system has no problem putting the power down in the rain. With less than 150 horsepower, wouldn't really expect it to have a whole lot of trouble, but it doesn't. We'll throw it in a little quicker than we should. Over here, I keep forgetting that they closed this road off. Oh my gosh. Okay, the next one. All right, brakes feel very good. The brakes feel actually really, really good. But okay, throwing it in a little quicker than we should. Body roll, very limited. About third throttle. I think that's a cop at the end of the street, so we're not gonna do anything too crazy. But right here, concrete road. You hear a little bit of road noise, but you hear that with literally every car that we take on these roads. Compared to most of the cars, like the Camry we just reviewed in this channel, it's comparable, and the Camry I said was extremely quiet. Taking a step out here onto the really rough road, I guess we can try an acceleration out off the line. Okay, off the line, on the gas. Yeah, the initial surge isn't particularly overwhelming, but as the power builds at around like 4,000 RPM, it starts to pick up pretty well. It's not blowing you away, of course. We'll try it out in sport mode. The revs immediately increase. The throttle gets a lot more sensitive. The steering doesn't really change a whole lot. We'll see how it is once we get to that, what do you call it, roundabout or cul-de-sac, whatever. I'm not sure what you call it, dead end. We'll call it a dead end. But the brakes feel good, touchy. I think the brakes are the best feeling part about this car. Throwing it in, body roll, very limited. Good handling too. The turning radius, this is an off-road capable SUV because we have that four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and a center locking differential. But the turning radius is very good. We'll try an acceleration off the line in sport mode. See if it gets any quicker. I don't expect it to get quicker. The only real differences will be like just the steering feel, which also doesn't really change. Throttle, which definitely changes. But if you're doing full throttle is full throttle no matter what mode you're in. But okay, on the gas. Same thing. Yeah, I'm sure you can pick it up on camera. It's light until it crosses 4,000. After 4,000, it really wakes this thing up. It comes straight to life. You can try out manual shifts, third gear, gas. They're really quick. We know that from all Kia and Hyundai vehicles with this CVT transmission. when you use the manual shifts, it shifts them very quickly compared to like Nissan, Honda. This CVT for the manual shifts a lot quicker. But second gear, we'll try a second gear pull, see if there's any torque at all. Torque on the gas. Yeah, not a whole lot, but the shifts are quick. That I can compliment it on. But we can throw it back into regular drive, take it out of sport. We don't need to leave it in sport. Normal should be perfect for daily driving. But it's a nice car, even on that rough pavement, concrete pavement. It stayed very composed, solid isolation from the road. You definitely pick up some road noise. You don't really pick up a lot of wind noise, but road noise you pick up a little bit on rough roads. But what do you expect? I mean, it's a $23,000 car. On the gas. Woo! Not bad. Try out a real world turning radius as soon as these cars clear up, and I'll catch back with you. All right, guys, real world turning radius. We'll check it out. Very good. Gas. Yeah. Gets the speed. Daily driving, this is a great car. If you need the space, you need to carry full-size adults, but you don't want to pay more than like $23,000, $25,000, I would definitely recommend checking out the Kia Seltos. I was previously very impressed with the Kia Soul, but considering that these two vehicles, like this and the Soul, are so close in price, I'd recommend just spend a couple extra $1,000 and go with the Seltos. It is a nice car, cruising along at highway speeds on nice roads. The road noise doesn't exist. Wind noise, you don't hear nothing. All you hear are the raindrops splatting against the windshield. But again, overall, it's a great car. If you're looking for a SUV, you want all-wheel drive, you want space, but you don't really care about doing 0 to 60 in the fastest times. You prioritize fuel economy and overall out-the-door price. This is a great way to go. And a huge thanks to Preston and the rest of the management and staff here at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Preston, and of course, a huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel. Let me know what the trim levels are, and I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.